Range fans, united we stand. I'm back in the reloading layer. Yep, back at the reloading layer. It's been a long time coming. The Crazy Scotsman and I started something back in September. We said we were going to let that challenge run for 45 days and see where we ended up. The challenge has run for 45 days. I closed it out. But it's been a while since I've showed up with this. Remember this? I will put every single receipt accountable online on the website, dayattherange.com. Yes, I promised each and every one of you out there that would donate to St.Jude Children's Hospital and the Pink Fund that I would put every single receipt online for everybody to see. Totally open book here. I hate politics. I don't like playing games. Here's the deal. Before we get to how you all showed up and showed out, let me read a few things, and please forgive me for reading these things. You can come over to dayattherange.com for looking down at this paper, rather. You can come over to dayattherange.com and see all of the results. But I want to call them out because this one is special to me for what we were able to accomplish as a team. So first and foremost, the results. In the factory class, at the top of the list, scoring as high as we can score, Dr. Pitazite with factory class and shoot 1761. David Gay, factory class and shoot 64, scoring as high as we can score with a 395, which means they made a donation. Then you move down to the open class. I got my old buddy Wishnu. Not going to call his name, I'm going to call him Wishnu. At the top of the list in the open class. Then I have Old Bohemian. He scored at the top of the class, and for some reason I'm just realizing that I cut off the rifles that they had. Then Wishnu showed up with another rifle. That dude has some shooters. He has Gray Ghost. He has Gray Ghost, and that thing hammers. That was my name for it, at least, Gray Ghost. He's at the top. And then Cam the Hunt. That dude has pushed me down more rimfire rabbit holes than you can shake a stick at. He showed up with a B14R. You should see that dude shoot. Hammers at the top of the open class. Those four were tied at the open class. And then in the semi-auto class, who can compete with old ball busting Bill? Old Bill Ball with his semi-auto Kid 1022, go figure, Kid 1022 that he put together, thing hammers. Come on over to dayattherange.com and you can see these results. You can see their rifles, you can see their pictures, you can gain some insight about what rifles they're shooting, what ammo they're shooting that might help you down along this path. Then we moved to the vintage class, and there was quite a few in that class. You got George Inky and shoots 54. Range Coach and shoots 54. Phew. Range Coach again. Remington 40X. Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. My nemesis. My wife screwed this up. I don't think he's supposed to be at the top. Miss Elio, I don't think he's supposed to. Kentucky Rimfire ain't. She got him on here. Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. Winchester 52A. And old ball busting Bill. He's got a beautiful. Supposedly there was only about 750 of these things made. A Winchester 52E at the top of that vintage class. And what would a vintage class be without old Walnut and Steel? Going over to his channel. You want to see some good stuff? You go over to Walnut and Steel, you'll find some good vintage rimfire along with other content. But he's at the top with the Winchester 52D. All those guys scored perfect scores with those rifles that are on this list. My hat's off to you, gentlemen. Way to go. Now, The Crazy Scotsman is his idea. I'm giving him the credit. It was his idea. I just helped put it on because the two organizations touch my heart. You all, we raise $1,717. It was split with $917 to St. Jude Children's Hospital, $800 to the Pink Fund for breast cancer. I split it that way because I just wanted to give the children a tad bit more money, and also I wanted to cover out of me and Mrs. Leo's pocket the fees for the transaction, etc. But that's how much we raised. And those are the two organizations the funds went to. It'll be over on the website, on the leaderboard, all the receipts so that you can see. But before we wrap up this video, I want to do one additional thing. I want to read out those who donated. And because you did not donate anonymously, I'm hoping that I'm not screwing up here and that you guys are okay with me reading your names. I won't read how much you donated. It doesn't matter because together we raised $1,717. Crazy Scotsman, top of that list. Michael Lumiere, Roger Booth, Brian Fox, appreciate you, brother. George Coleman, James Melton, Dale Peiterzak, Dr. Peiterzak, Todd Ferbrands, and please forgive me if I'm screwing up any of your names. You know I'm a Marine, challenged with reading, but here we go. Then you have someone that did donate by anonymous. You have Mr. Glenn Davis, Ricky Burkhalter, Edward Petty, Thomas Nielsen, Mario Weichel, Foster Price, Laurie Stevenson, Michael Hewitt, William Watson, really good friend of mine, Mr. Jim Davis, David Gay, Chris Mueller, Brian Gwynn, Tom Holst, Greg over at Fairview Precision, check him out, Kent Williams, Richard McMaster, Tommy 22, he has a channel too, check him out. Oh, Ball Busting Bill, he on this list. I knew he would be on the list for sure. I give him heck because he gives me heck right back. We're mutual friends. We live not too far from one another, and hopefully this year we get out. If he's afraid of the cold, folks, he won't come out in the cold. So I got to do it in the. He's a fair weather shooter, so I got to do it in the warm with him, and hopefully we can get him on camera. Then we have Chad Fry, Mr. Nibbs, Thomas Nielsen. I swear my wife messed this all up. And then Chad, I ain't gonna call his last name. But well, he put it on here, Chad Hall from Kentucky Rimfire. Goodness gracious. No, I'm just kidding, folks. Hey, look, I could have easily scrolled these names in the video and made it much shorter. It just didn't have the right feel and appeal to me. I hope you all do not mind. If nothing more, on this glorious day that God has given us, hold your head high for trying to beat back this horrible, horrible, horrible disease that are hurting a lot of people, a lot of men, a lot of women, a lot of children. This will make a difference. Thank you, Crazy Scotsman. Come on over to dayattherange.com for more content. For contests like Show Me the Money, baby. Let's go.